Are you looking for ways to cope with your emotions? In this video, we will be teaching you how to deal with your mental and emotional health. My name is Daniela Sotomayor and I am 16 years old.
My name is Joanna Sotomayor and I am 8 years old.
And we live in California. Before we get started on our information today, I'd like to begin with sharing a few and inspired quote by Ellen G. White from the Review and Herald, February 11, 1902, and it says, "All heaven took a deep and joyful interest in the creation of the world and of man. Human beings were a new and distinct order. They were made in the image of God, and it was the Creator's design that they should populate the earth. They were to live in close communion with heaven, receiving power from the source of all power. Upheld by God, they were to live sinless lives."
In the Bible, we can see a lot of emotions recorded, such as the story of Jesus when he wept for his friend Lazarus. But we can see that Jesus also had happy moments when he said to the children to come to him. But we could also see that Jesus had angry moments, such as when he and his disciples went to Jerusalem for Passover, and when they entered the temple, Jesus was expecting it to be full of peace, but instead there was ruckus, and he started to overturn tables and said, "My Father's house is a house of prayer, but you have turned it into a den of thieves." But we can also see that Jesus also had boundaries, such as when he went to pray to his Heavenly Father. And we also need the boundaries to talk to our Heavenly Father.
Having emotions is normal, but we have to make sure that we make healthy choices when we cope with them. Here are 7 examples of how we can cope with our emotions. Number 1, smile. Smiling will make our body feel happy. Number 2 is pray and breathe. You could do this alone or with someone you trust. Number 3, journal your feelings and don't forget to still breathe. Number 4, forgiveness. Forgive those who have done you wrong, because if you carry a grudge on your shoulder all the time, it will weigh you down and make you feel negative emotions. Number 5, remember God's promises. Those Bible verses will always uplift us. Number 6, sing a joyful song and have time to relax. Also, you can play with some sensory tools. And 7, setting boundaries will always help with making healthy relationships. Let's talk a little more about the practice of journaling. All you need to begin is a blank notebook and pens or pencils of your choice. Here is an example format of how you can write your journal entry. Include the date and make the title what emotion you're feeling. For the journal entry itself, go ahead and, if you would like to, formulate your entry to be like a prayer to God, expressing all of your emotions. At the end of your entry, be sure to add something that you're grateful for. Gratitude helps us to focus not only on our negative emotions, but on the brighter side of things. At the end, feel free to doodle your emotions around the page.
Another way we can keep track of our emotions is a daily self-check. We could have emotions written down such as happy, okay, mad, or sad. We could choose colors for them, and every day, at the end of the day, we could color in each little heart or circle about the colors that we felt. And that way, we could have a positive action towards them to make them better.
Another way we could deal with our emotions in a healthy way is by aromatherapy. We made these little rice packs. Here's how to make them. All you need is a little cloth bag or new clean socks, some rice, and some dried herbs and flowers or some essential oils. All you do is pour the rice into the sock, not too much or else you won't be able to tie the top. Add some few drops of the essential oils or a few of the dried herbs, mix it all up nice and well, tie it up, and you have yourself a little rice pack. You could use this as a sensory tool when you are feeling anxious or stressed out. Sniff it to help you wind down after a long day or a certain situation, Or you can even place this in the microwave for a few seconds and place it on your muscles to help them release their tension.
In this case, we use the essential oils lavender and peppermint. And whenever I need to have a break, I like to squish it a little bit and smell it.
Fun fact, bananas, among other types of superfoods, contain B6, which produces serotonin in your body, a chemical that makes your brain happy.
So keep eating on your bananas.
Remember, emotions are normal. We all have them and we all go through the good and the bad ones. But what's most important to remember is not to suppress them, because you can be sure that one day they will all come out, usually in a negative form. So don't suppress them and don't hide them. Go to God with all your burdens and your joys, and He will accept them all. Prayer is a very powerful tool, and through it we can have close communion with God, which is what He created us for. Also, you can go to a trusted parent or friend or even a member of your church to help you through tough situations.
Finally, I would like to share with you a Bible verse found in Genesis 1:27. And it says, "So God created human beings in His own likeness. He created them to be like Himself. He created them as male and female." Remember, you are not your own. You belong to God, and He loves you.
We gained all of this valuable information by taking the course Mental and Emotional Health by the ministry Learning Together. We want to thank the teacher, Tanya Mercado, for hosting this course and teaching us all this precious and eye-opening material. We also want to thank our parents for helping us and guiding us through this course and teaching us many of these things through our daily life as well. Thank you so much for watching. God bless.
Bye.
I am not my own. I will honor Him. For this I know I belong to the Lord. I am not